Welcome everyone, I am wandering off and we are going through Final Fantasy XI Online. Currently we're playing a monk and that's the only job we're actually focusing on. In the last video we actually unlocked the quest for Summoner, and the reason we did that is so we could, you know, get the lights to the cutscenes that we need to start appearing. So maybe when we're actually ready for it, or already be set up for us so we can jump right into it. However, we're not going to unlock any of the other jobs or anything just yet. It's just the way Summoner works, it's kind of odd, so I figured we might as well get it started when we get the item needed. For most, there's quite a few jobs that you need. When you first hit level 30 with one of your jobs, you can start unlocking other jobs via quests. So a lot of those jobs start at level 30. There's a couple that start at level 60, I believe, and then there's a couple that start at level 99, I think. I haven't figured out all the jobs yet. On my ranger, I've unlocked some of them, but I haven't unlocked all of them. So, you know, when we come to that in this playthrough, we will figure that out. What we're trying to accomplish is getting ourselves from 1 to 99 on a monk with no subjob. Subjobs are great, don't get me wrong, and they are very useful, so I would recommend using them. But for this playthrough, we are just going through as a monk for the time being. And right now we are currently level 50. In this video, however, we're going to get ourselves caught up on some of the missions for Bastok. So that is what we're going to work on. We'll still be level 50. Once you hit level 50, things start to change a little bit, so we'll get into that when we're ready. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and get a couple of the missions that we need to do done. And so currently as it stands, we are level 50. Our job levels, as you can see, Monk is the only one we have played around with. Our combat skill, our hand-to-hand is at 150. And our profile, right now we are only rank 3. And so the first thing we want to do is go over and see, because we might be able to find new weapons. This weapon is level 48, so there might be a new weapon we can get. I'm not sure, so we'll talk to Isaac Koth and see. So level 50. So at level 40, level 41, level 48. So at this point in time, there is not. At level 51. So at level 51, we're able, or sorry, level 54, we're able to get some new. So it's not going to be for a while. I believe we have some copper vouchers to give him. Oh no, we don't. I thought we did. Okay. So then we will talk to our friend here and get him to cast Signet on us. And as we glanced through our inventory, we could see we still have an instant warp, so we will keep that. We will see if we can buy another shield to sell. I don't know if we can buy one or two. We can probably only buy one, but we'll try to buy two. Just to get us a little bit of gil. And again, it's the Akron shield that you want to buy. And so, yeah, we can only buy one at this time. So, starting out, you know, there is a limit to how many sparks you can spend in a week. So you want to pay attention to that. But starting out as a new player, the best way to get gil is spending your sparks on that shield, and then that way you have some. And so what we need to do is we need to figure out where we are in our Bastok mission. So we're going to pull up our walkthrough, and the last mission for Bastok that we completed was Bastok Mission 2-3, and it gave us the rank 3. And so our next mission, this mission, sorry, it was called the Emissary, and it got us to rank 3. The next mission is going to be called the Forsaken Musketeers. Wow, the Forsaken. Excuse me. Next mission, the Four Muskateers. So we're gonna click on that. Bastok Mission 3-1 is going to be this mission, the Four Musketeers. Its series is none. Starting NPC, any Bastok Gate Guard. Title is none. Repeatable, no. Description: You are to join a surprise attack on the Quadev stronghold in Beadeaux. See Iron Eater in the President's office for details. And then the previous mission was the Emissary. The next mission, to the Forsaken Mines. Rewards are going to be rank points. And then our walkthrough. So trade 1 crystal to a gate guard to unlock this mission if it's not appearing when you talk to him. Accept the mission and then speak to Iron Eater at the President's office. You'll be instructed to go to Beadeaux, gather up a party, but this is easily soloed if you are high enough. Zone into Beadeaux for a cutscene. You will then need to kill 20 Copper Quadevs. If you are with a party, all kills count toward the total, so you can split up and speed up the process. There are 7 Copper Quadevs in the entry area before the tunnel, and 3 in the tunnel at the first afflictor. Using all 10 spawns makes this mission doable in less than 8 minutes. The game will track how many you've killed, and you don't need to kill them all at once. Upon killing 20, zone out to Pashhow Marshlands for another cutscene. This ends the mission. So if you do not get your 20 kills, you will receive a different cutscene. If you use escape, you will not receive the cutscene. Recommendations. While you are in Beadeaux, it will help you prepare for mission 4-1 if you are able to acquire drops from 2 NMs in the area. View this walkthrough on mission 4-1 under page the heading Beadeaux prerequisite. So, we are going to actually do this because it's just that much simpler, and it will save us time later on. So I would highly recommend you read this before going, before going over to Beadeaux. So what we want to do is we want to look up Bastok Mission 4-1, which is called Magicite. And then we want to scroll down, and there's actually quite a few things you need to do in this mission, but we are just going to look for the one that concerns us right now is the Beadeaux prerequisite. And so note, this prerequisite can be done either before or after the Devoy and Castle Otstroha sections of this mission. It's up to you whether you want to get the requisite key items now or in concert with the Beadeaux section. So, mages will need echo drops for this area. Everything in this area aggroes sound, therefore only sneak is necessary. Set your home point in Wayno and bring some form of warp, and you can do that if you like. You will have to kill 2 level 40 to 45 Notorious Monsters in this zone. Having Trust summoned before applying Sneak and heading out is recommended. Enter Beadeaux from Pashhow Marshlands at L11. If you have a high level helper, it is easier at this point to send them ahead to kill the NMs and then just lot the drops. If this is the case, you can head back to Wayno as soon as you have both items. Follow the left wall to a tunnel at H7. Inside, follow the right wall until you get to a mute device. Click this device and it will silence you. This will allow you to pass the coming afflictor without being cursed. Head south after you have been silenced and then follow the tunnel west until you reach the exit at F8. Outside, reapply silence at the mute in front of you and then head southwest to a ramp at E10. Once you are on the upper area, turn right and go across the bridge. Follow this path across a second and a third bridge, then remove your silence. Follow the right wall here until you reach H9/10. Here you will find Devoy Headhunter. He is a warrior in him. He will drop the Quadev charm. Now turn around and head northeast back toward where you came from. Follow the right wall now until you reach F6. Here you will find Go Bohu Gascon, another warrior in him. He will drop the other required item, Quadev Augury Shell. Then you'll want to head back to Wayno and trade both items to Satal Mansell. These must be traded separately through the use of 2 trades. If you trade him both items at once, you will not get both of the KIs you need to open the door in the Qualan Doom. The second item will still be in your inventory. Okay. Now, again, we're back here at Bastok Mission 3-1. That's what we're going to be doing. And this is for mission 4-1. So it's going to be a ways away. However, it's going to, since we're already in this dungeon and we can do it, we're going to go ahead and do this section, because it will be easier. And then once we get to 4-1, it will start to actually make sense. So let us go and talk and accept the mission. So, before we do that, let us go to our map. So we're kind of going to a brand new location in our journey, and so let's check out where we need to go. Now we are here in Bastok, and we have been asked to go up to Pashhow Marshlands. And this map, for some reason, does not have it labeled, but this is the Pashhow Marshlands. It's right above Conchtat Highlands. So if you needed to walk, you would come out and you'd go into South Gusterberg and you'd go up into North Gusterberg on this side. You'd go around the little bridge, you'd go up into Conchtat Highlands, and then you would walk straight up. In game, the map will show you that this is the way to Pashhow Marshlands, and I'm not sure why this one, they might have just missed it, missed putting the label there, or at the time this map was created there might not have actually been a name for it. I don't know. Anyway, and so we need to come to this zone, Pashhow Marshlands, and we need to enter Beadeaux. So Beadeaux is going to be in this little corner right here. And so that is where we are headed. We should be able to talk to Ixley and have him warp us here. And so that's what we will do. But if you are unable to get him to warp you there, then that's the way you would do it, is you would walk, or you could have him port you to Conchtat Highlands and then walk up. Again, if you are not being able to use your Unity warp at this time, it's because you have not met the 10 not met the requirement of completing 10 records of eminences. So but highly, if you are if you are already on this quest, then there's no reason you shouldn't have already completed your 10 records of eminence challenges. But if you can't find Pashhow Marshlands, you just want to get ported to Conchtat Highlands and then walk your way up. And so that is where we are going. And then we are going to go back to our game, and we will talk to Cleeds and have him give us a mission. Missions currently available are as follows. Okay, so we have Fetishism and Waiting Beast still up here. They're repeatable, and these are the options. If you don't want to give crystals, you can go and do these all over again. And then the next mission that we are actually on is the Four Musketeers. I see you've made it back safely from your journey to Windurst and Sandioria. This new mission should not be hard for an experienced adventurer like you. The Mithra Musketeers are planning an offense on the Quadev stronghold. Adventurers, including yourself, have been asked to join them on this operation. You are to go meet Iron Eater, one of the Mithra Musketeers, to receive a full briefing. Will you accept this mission? Yes. And now that we've accepted it, again, we just pay attention to our scroll. I mean, I know I overemphasize it, but you really do want one. So anytime you leave, so we're going to go find Iron Eater. An Iron Eater can be found in the president's office, and he will be right in front of the door before entering the president's office. So, again, Najee is always right there in front of the president's office. So this time we want to just walk up the stairs, and you can see Iron Eater from here, and we'll just visit with him. Iron Eater, a document about this new trust initiative. What would the Wano Institute of Magical Studies want with me? Oh, on the surface, it does not seem particularly dangerous. So when that's what he'll say the very first time you talk to him, is something about the trust initiative, and so you'll have to talk to him again. It's just like when we went to talk to Ayami. So now we'll talk to him again, and this should bring up our mission. Ah, you must be the adventurer who is to join us on our mission. I have heard much about you. We would like to hold a briefing soon. You will be allowed time to prepare for the mission afterwards, but the briefing might take a bit of time. Are you ready now? And so, when would you like to be briefed? Right away, later. So we're going to choose right away. Good, come with me. Hold it, my lady. Where are you going? Cornelia. Oh, hi. Don't mind me. I'm just going to the mines district. Again, we Mithral Musketeers cannot chaperone you every time you decide to go on these excursions. I know, that's why I'm going by myself. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Bye. No, wait. Drat. Hey, where's she going? Where's she going? You, sir, were stationed to stop her. But... No talking back to senior musketeers, Najee, or should I call you number 5? Come on, get in. Volker, thank you all for coming on such short notice. Here is your mission. You are to mount an assault on the Quadev stronghold in Beadeaux. Be forewarned that this is only to be a limited strike. Your main objectives are to coordinate tactics with experienced adventurers and to familiarize yourself with the local terrain. As you see, some of our good adventuring friends have agreed to join the Musketeers on this operation. Number 4, Ayami planned this operation, so she will be in charge. Number 5, Najee will be assisting her. All of you are to follow their orders during the operation. Ayami, if you please. First, we are to rendezvous in Beadeuax, near the entrance to the Quadev stronghold. Your targets are the Copper Quadev in charge of perimeter defense. Each of you are to defeat 20 Copper Quadev. Once you have accomplished this objective, you are to disperse and retreat, then regroup at the entrance once again. Don't forget, the rendezvous point is right inside Beadeuax. Nobody get lost now. You should talk, you'd even get lost in your own mog house. Once you are prepared, waste no time going to the rendezvous point. Dismissed. Alrighty then. And so, now we're going to go and talk to Ixley and have him port us to Pashhow Marshlands. So, it's called Pashhow. Sometimes I might say Pashtu. If I do, I apologize, but it's called Pashhow Marshlands. So we want to tell him to bring us to a wanted encounter. And then we just kind of stroll around looking. So this is going to be content level 122. Return to previous section, Jugner Forest, Pashhow Marshlands, Merfatod Mountains, Eastern Altapa Desert, Yoator Jungle, the Sanctuary of Zeta, Labyrinth of Anzozo, and so those are the places in this one. So Pashhow Marshlands. Understood, and away to Pashhow Marshlands you go. And then so we got the blue light. I can feel its power run through me. So if you were following along, that is our third summoner light. The first one was orange, the second one was indigo, and the third one is blue that we have found thus far. So it's good we found that. And so when you're on this quest, if you zone into an area and like your character seems completely locked, that means probably the cutscene's gonna happen. So don't like frantically try thinking that your game is, you know, is locked or, you know, had an error or something, because it does kind of feel like that when you first get in and you'd normally be able to move. It just makes you stay in place until the cutscene actually happens, and it can take a few minutes to actually happen. So we're going to, since we've never been here, we're going to take the time to walk up and get the survival guide. It's a little ways out of our way, but it'll be good to have. So that is why we're going to do it. And so this is the Pashhow Marshlands, and like I said, it's on the map that we've been looking at, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. Like I say, the person who created it is amazing because um, it just gives us an actual perspective of where we need to go, and we can actually see it. When I first started, I was at such a loss of where anything was that it took me hours to find one little spot. And finally, I decided to see if anybody had created a map like that. And so, again, the map is created by Shifta. Um, and so thank you for creating that map for us. It's a huge help. It's surprising that this game doesn't have a full world view map. Um, but I mean, just because I go and buy the maps doesn't mean I actually know where they're gonna be at. I just buy them because at one point or another I'll end up having to go to that place. So um, if you can get some gil right away, I mean, the Mog Sack is going to be one of the purchases you really want as soon as you can get it, just so you have more storage space. And then you want to focus on getting all the maps as quickly as you can, just so that way when there will be other things you need to spend gil on. So once you get all the maps, you can focus on other things that you might need to use gil on. So that is a thing, I think. And like I say, the journey to get our survival guide is a little bit out of our way, but once we've made it and we've got it, we don't have to make the journey again. So that's why we're kind of doing it now. And there are tons of zones, and I mean, like, there's tons of options to go to level, like starting zones, and all of that. There's tons of zones. I'm kind of getting a pattern of where I'm gonna be, leveling mostly on all jobs, but it just doesn't mean that these are the only places that you can level at. It's just the pattern I'm gonna follow because it's nice and simple. And it gives us, and it is neat to see the other places. So okay, that's all we cared about. Since we've never been here, we could get the the conflict out of the way, but now that we have our friendly little mount, it just it's just so much nicer to just run through the zone. I really, if you don't have a mount yet, you know, and you're going through a brand new area, then I would highly recommend pushing, um, you know, turning on the conflict in that zone and just killing the 10 monsters as you're walking. If you get your mount, it's easier to get, to just want to ride it than to kill things. So, eventually we'll get back to this area and kill the 10 monsters we need. Now, if you might not even have, when you come to this quest, you may not even have your mount yet, because that is a possibility when you come to do this mission. That is a possibility. But you can get your mount at level 20. We waited forever to get ours in this playthrough, but we now have it, and it's just one of those things that is pretty beneficial. And then like I said, we're going to be doing the prerequisite for for Bastok Mission 4-1. We will be doing that in this episode just because we're right here and it's pretty simple to do, so it will save us some time a little later down the road. At first I really thought about not doing it, but in the last attempt I tried, I ended up doing it. And real quick, when you, if you're coming here, this guy, he is a notorious monster, and he can be out here at the entrance. So if you're low level and you don't have your mount, you want to watch out for him, because I mean, my best suggestion is try to make it to the entrance as quickly as you can if he has noticed you, so you can get in. But he can be there. Alright, so we should get a cutscene. Is everyone here then? We are in Beadeaux near the Quadev stronghold. Our mission targets are the Copper Quadev, and only the Copper Quadev. We must eliminate 20 of them each, then retreat and regroup at the rendezvous point. We will disperse and attack from different sides to prevent the enemy from setting up an effective defense. As soon as you achieved your mission, goals: disengage and regroup in the Pashhow Marshlands in the area just beyond this exit. All right, come and get me, coppers. Do not follow his example, please. Let us begin good hunting. And so now we are in here, and we want to kill 20 Quadevs. So the game does keep track of how many kills you have, but it's better to count it yourself because there is no visible counter. Gilgamesh. And I guess the lion. And then you can turn on your, since we're here, go to combat region and look for Beadeaux. Conflict Beadeaux. Defeat the requisite number of enemies in Beadeaux. So yes. And then we just run around and kill the copper. Now, if you're doing this at a little lower level, you do want to take caution because some of the Quadev on the upper floor can come down. So that's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And then 7. And then we're just gonna try to stick around here. They say that there's some further in for right now, so you go down that tunnel, and well, let's look. But you can come down this tunnel, and I believe. Oh, we should have got some holy water. I forgot. Oh well. Um. So. Um. Yeah, they're probably down here, so we won't worry about them. But there are a few down here somewhere, and you can get them, but you have to make sure that you have the silence on you, because oh, we did not mean to do that. We want to come in here later, not now. Yeah, so anyway, that's for a different thing. But if you come down here, you can find a few Copper Quadevs as well if you look around, and which it helps, but like I say, we'll try to just get the 7 that are up here. So normally when you run down and then you come back up, if you get to the start of the entrance of the dungeon, it takes about that long for them to start respawning. Sometimes it may take a little longer, but for the most part, or if somebody else is in here and they're killing them, I highly recommend trying to get a group with them, so you're not trying to fight over the monsters. You're just, getting your I don't know what that person is doing. It looks like he's just AFK. So we will wait for respawns. And then and you only want the only ones that count are the copper. So if you kill like the Zytron or the old, they don't count towards your total. Doesn't really matter if you kill them or not, but you just aren't getting credit for them. for the mission. So, and of course, if you're attacking a Copper Quadev and one of them is close by, they will link. So that is a thing. So we'll just run around in circles until they start to spawn again. And we're at 7, so and normally if that Notorious Monster that we ran into isn't at the front of the entrance, he'll be somewhere in here. So he can be either place. He can be outside as you first enter, or he can be inside as you're running around. So you do want to pay attention to that. Just I think he's pretty high level, so you don't want to mess with him. Because I'm pretty sure he's one of the higher level ones, even higher than the Notorious Monsters we need to kill for the prerequisite. And for the most part, if you like, you can't really fight monsters that are, especially if they're Notorious Monsters, you can't really fight them if they're too high of a level because they're just gonna one-shot you. That can be a thing, and it's so. Come on, stop. So this is 8. Well, this will be 8. Nine. And then 10. And that's also a good way to keep track is your little, if you set your conflict. But then again, if you kill more than the copper. So we're at 10. And see that guy right up here? He is he is one of the ones we need for the prerequisite. If he comes closer to the ledge, if you're high enough and you have a ranged weapon or something to throw at him, you can bring him down to you. So that's going to be 11. And then 12. 13 will be this one. So 13, and then we'll look around and see if we can. And these oozes, not sure what level they are, but I wouldn't recommend fighting them if you don't have to. So this will be 14. Alright, so then we just really just wait for them to all respawn again right here. And then, because there's 7 that spawn in this area, so basically you just go through 3 cycles right here. And equipment, we're gonna try to pull him down since he's right there. So what we'll do, pebble, and then we'll, oops, abilities, range, there we go. Then we will and there's, and he drops Quadev augury shell. And apparently drops quite a bit. You can only hold 1 at a time. But the Quadev augury shell, Quadevs use this land crab shell for divination. So that is one of them. And apparently he drops quite a few of them. So, but you can only hold up to 1 at a time. And you can't, this is an item you can't sell on the auction house. It's exclusive. So then we just wait around. And then that's what I recommend doing, is if you see him on the ledge, just get his attention to make him come to you. And like I say, if you have something to throw at him, even if it is going to hit him, it will at least attract him to you, and then he'll just run off the ledge and come after you. So that's a simple way to get him. And once we finish with our copper dudes, we'll go get the other one. But since we're here in the dungeon, you know, we might as well do that part. At first I wasn't going to, but then I realized how easy it is to get him most of the time through that method of just throwing a rock at him and bringing him down. And so, and it makes the later mission that we have to go do a lot easier. It does save a bunch of time. Of course, there will be places that you have to come to multiple times, but if you are aware, there's are things that can help make it so, you know, when you're there, um, you can get some of the multiple things done and only visit it once. Um, it does, it can get kind of confusing, so that's why in our playthrough we're trying to do things one thing at a time, but um, it's just too convenient to um, get the these items. Um, so that's why we're choosing, especially when he's right there, you can see him, and you can actually get his attention. you know, you might as well. Um, so hopefully these guys spawn soon so we can be done with our 20 Quadevs. That would be good. And they all seem to spawn about the same time. Um, you know, like, so when you see one starting to pop up in the area, the other one should be starting to pop up as well. Um, I'll try to remember to grab some holy water. Hopefully there's some in the auction house that we can get. And it would be really nice if we could get these 7 to reappear. And again, if you are lower level, just pay attention to the sides, because so here's one, because the higher Quadevs can have a possibility to come down. 15. 16. 17. And then Hmm. I was hoping we'd get all of them. So 18. $19. So that's 19, and then thought I saw another one. So this is 20. And you can easily lose track, so it's okay to kill more. Okay, so as of right now, we have our Quadevs that we needed. We're gonna start at the entrance. And we're gonna walk through the prerequisite for 4-1. So let us get to the entrance if I could find it. So you'll enter the dungeon, and we are a little further away than I thought we were. Okay, so anyway, you'll enter the dungeon, and you most likely you'll come from with the survival guide, which is right there. And then what you'll want to do, and now we're focusing on the two notorious monsters that we need to kill. We just killed one on the ledge here. That was on the ledge here. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go all the way over to the entrance. It's H6, I think. Is where it actually the cave is, and then it just goes down. So that's all we're going to do. And if you're following the guide, you may not even actually notice that it's that simple to get him, that notorious monster, off the ledge like that, because you don't know the name of the monster. You're just trying to follow the walkthrough, and that's okay. But what you'll want to do is you'll want to come into, so yeah, H7. I said H6, but it's H7. You'll come into this tunnel, and once you're in this tunnel, what you want to do, and it's very important that you do this, you'll want to make a right, really, and then you'll want to make another right. Once you come into this part, you'll see these caterpillars, and you'll see this odd looking thing. This thing is called, oops, there's two little things. One's a geomagnetic fount, which says a palpable force walls up slowly beneath the surface. And so you can click on that thing, but right now it has no bearing to us. But there's two options to click on. We want to click on the mute, and what this does is silence us, and that is found at G7. So you'll enter, you'll come around this little thing, you'll turn this way, and you'll go up here to the mute. Then from here, you want to run all the way through and around to this little curve. And you want this mute because up here, and you'll turn right, and then you'll see this little machine. That red stuff that's floating around curses you. You feel cold, you feel little lightheaded, but only briefly. And if you're silenced, you feel normal again. You aren't going to get the curse. If you are not silenced, however, the curse is going to affect you. And later on we'll see much more of that, but you can remove the curse with holy water if you have any, or you just have to wait for it to fall off. But it can be pretty deadly, so I would recommend trying to make sure that you avoid getting cursed now, especially in this section. Later on we might get cursed, but that will be down the road. So anyway, then you'll come up to another one. After you've exited the cave, you'll come out, and you'll basically just run straight, and you'll end up at F9, and you'll see this mute. You want to click it again, and that just refreshes our silence. Then what you want to do is from the mute, you want to come down and go follow this little wall around until you get to this little tiny bridge that staircase that takes us up. And so you'll do this, and you do kind of want to hurry because here's another afflictor thing. And so you want to make sure that your silence lasts. And then once you step up, you want to turn right, and you want to go over this bridge, and then you want to head left. And you kind of want to do this, at a fairly fast pace so that your silence doesn't run out. Now we're running over this bridge, and see that afflictor is casting that stuff, and so if you don't have your silence on, you will get cursed. And then you'll run over this bridge. And so over the course, we started over here, we ran this way, ran over, and we went up this ledge. We made a little tiny circle-like pattern. We went over this bridge, which is bridge 1. We went over bridge 2, which has the afflictor on it, and now we're on bridge 3, and we want to come over this way, and apparently this guy is strong, so I wasn't expecting to run into anything that would attack us, but we did, so which is fine. So I would recommend putting on your silent powder before coming up here, because we're level 50, and apparently at level 50 they aggro. However, you do not want to fall off this ledge, because then you'll have to do what we just did all over again just to get back up here. And now, after you've gone over the third bridge, your first objective will be come over this way, and you will I forget the name of him. So 2 seconds. So okay, so we want to end up at H9/10, and we want to find Beadeaux Headhunter. So we're at H9, so we should come upon him sometime soon. Just kind of run around, and like I said, apparently we can get attacked, so and then you just kind of want to look. Oh, there he is. He's right here. And now, so this will be the second Notorious Monster. If you're following the walkthrough without killing the one that we did, technically this would be the first one. And it drops a Quadev charm. And it drops, they seem to be dropping multiple, so again, you can only have one in your bag. And so the Quadev charm, a Quadev charm made of dark steel. So you'll want to have both of these. And then after that, once you've, like, according to the walkthrough, after doing this guy would be the first one you kill. And then what you want to do is you want to turn around and you want to walk this way and around and over to here. So that is what we will do. And we might run into him again. But you just want to follow the wall. Oops. Path is blocked, so just kind of, you can follow the wall, or you can just kind of run in a circle. But now we're going, this is the bridge we came up. And so now we're going back. And then go over. And like I say, he might have respawned already. I think it's like a 5-minute respawn timer. And so, his location is F6 is where the gas can dude is. And you do want to watch out for those slimes. They are site aggressive, so if you go close to them, you know, they can aggro. But and then yeah, so he is right here. This is the one we just killed off the ledge. But that's how you get to him if you don't know that you could pull him off the ledge like that. And then you can kill him. And what's nice about this is now we're here, so we can just drop down. And we're at the entrance again. And we killed our 20 copper things. And if you're not sure, you can, you know, you can kill a few more just to make sure. But like there is a, the game counts it, but there's no like actual little counter, which would be useful if there was. Okay, so since we're on the Copper Quadevs, in this mission, now we're returning to the actual mission we are on. What we want to do is once we've killed our 20 Copper Quadevs, we just want to walk out the exit. And then we'll have another cutscene. Good, you have all done well. We seem to only be missing Naji. Damn him, why is he always like this? Hey guys, wait till you hear what I did. You are late. You almost compromised our retreat. Everyone was worried you might be injured. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I got to bash on real enemies, so I couldn't just leave without getting some extra. The mission's over. You may each go back to Bastok at your own leisure. Report I will report our success to the captain. Dismissed. Well, wait, you're not angry at me, are you? Hanny, it may not seem so, but those two truly are great warriors. They are both the youngest people to become Mithril Musketeers ever. It almost seems like this mission was a tedious chore to them. Dalzak. It seemed to me that this mission's objective was to test us adventurers in order to select the best of us for a greater task. And then once you get that cutscene, that is the end of the mission. Then we can instant warp out of here. And so, for now, we're gonna, so these two items we're gonna forget about for the time being, but we have them, so we don't need to worry about them anymore. But we're going to put them in our bag so we just don't randomly forget we have them. And try to, you can't sell them, so you can drop them, and if you do, then you'll have to go get them again. So that was our mission, and that completes, what happened when we completed it was our profile, mission, oops, why do I keep going, status, profile, say we only gave the gate guard one crystal to get the mission, like our rank points would be to here. Once we've completed the mission, our rank points would be like here. And so that's all that happened. When you hear that little noise at the end of the mission, it means that mission is complete and there is nothing left to do. And sometimes when you complete a mission, it will, if it's meant to rank you up, it will. So that again was mission 3-1. That is the mission we did. It was called the Four Muskateers. Kill 20 Copper Quadevs. And so that is the end of this video. I do hope you have enjoyed my videos, and we will see you in the next one.